Hey everybody, this is Julie. Hope you're all having a good week or a good day. I'm going through a book with a young girl from church called Bloodline, and it's tracing God's rescue plan from Eden to eternity. And the chapter that I was reading today was on the minor prophets, and one of them was Jonah. And when I was reading it, I really kind of thought about what John and Mercedes were talking about when she had to be an advocate for him and how hard it was for her, and she heard the voice of the Lord saying, Vengeance is his. And that's kind of what I was reading in Jonah. I don't really have a specific verse in Jonah, although verse 9, chapter 2, salvation comes from the Lord, is probably the best one. But Jonah, when I read the whole book of Jonah, he ran from God. He ran from God's assignment, I guess you'd say, because he didn't want to go to Nineveh. He didn't think Nineveh was worthy of God's forgiveness and mercy. But who is Jonah to say that? Who am I to say that? And like I said, chapter 2, verse 9 says, Salvation comes from the Lord. So I don't have the right to say who the Lord accepts in and who he gives salvation to. That's him. That's all from God. In the book, one of the lines that I thought was really very good said Jonah wanted them to suffer God's justice, but God didn't. He wanted to save them. And because God saw that Nineveh had a repentant heart, he was happy about that and he wanted to see them saved. And that's what he did. I think for me, I try to remember that, the biggest thing for me is God saved me. He forgave me and he continues to forgive me all the time. So I need to remember that. I need to remember that I'm not higher than anybody else. And I don't have the right to say who should get his mercy and forgiveness. That's, I that's not my job. My job is to just give the gospel to those who I run across, who he puts in front of me. And I'm grateful that God forgave me and chose me. And if I wasn't worthy, and I don't think that I was, and I'm still amazed that he chose me, but he gave me he forgave me anyway. And so I should think the others, think about others the same way. I should think about that they deserve forgiveness. And as hard as that might be, because I've had those situations too where I don't think they deserve it. But did I deserve it? I don't know. I don't think I did, but God saw that I did. And so, like Jonah, he had in the book, it said he had a spiritual resurrection. And I need to get to that point. I need to figure out and realize that I'm just a messenger. I'm not God, and I don't want to be God. That's way too hard of a job for me. But I'm his messenger. And if he asks me to go, I should say, Send me. I'm here, like one of the bookmarks says. My job is to just go where he sends me. And if I obey, and I think others then will see through me the goodness of God. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have the right to pick and choose who gets God's salvation. That comes from God, and he's the one that will see and know if they have the repentant heart that will accept his love and his grace. And if they seek him, they'll find him, but they've got to have that repentant heart, and that's up to God to see, not me. So I hope you got something out of this. I just want to end with a prayer. Lord, help us to see that all you created are good and worthy to receive your goodness and forgiveness. Help us all to have a repentant heart so we can accept your love. Don't let us run away from the tasks you assign us, but help us to run toward them with open arms. And I just pray these things, Lord, in your mighty name. Amen. Have a good day, everybody. Be blessed and be a blessing.